Hello everybody, I'm Gavin and I'm the British Bookworm. So I'm starting to build up quite a compilation of videos for book reviews. So I am doing this YouTube channel as an experiment for myself on social media, and I'm just basically reviewing the books that I've read over the years and that I think are worth a shout out online. I don't know if this YouTube channel is going to become anything. At the moment, I'm doing this video, I've literally got 3 subscribers. I'm still learning how to do the YouTube thing. I've been on YouTube for 14 years, I think, something like that. I love YouTube as a platform in the sense of education and learning and fun videos and amazing YouTube channels like the Behavioural Panel or Bush Call Cracker, survival channels, Survivor Man, Les Stroud and Survivor Man, and I just love YouTube for that. I don't like the censorship on YouTube. I think it's this diabolical. I think the way that the YouTube platform works is diabolical. But trying to stay on a positive, today I'm reviewing a book which I think is absolute class. So for someone who I always like learning, so one of the things I set myself as a goal a few years ago now was to really study first aid, of which I've been qualified for 12 plus years now, but I wanted to really study the St. John's Ambulance First Aid Manual, which I will do a review on, and navigation, because I think those are 2 life skills that you cannot really fabricate. So with the navigation, you can always try to work out and find where you are in a location or have some awareness of not getting lost. So those are 2 areas I've spent quite a lot of time studying and learning, both through practice, studying, reading books, and through YouTube videos. So the book I'm reviewing today is by a man that did mountain rescue for a long time. The book is called Colin's Ultimate Navigation Manual, All the Techniques You Need to Become an Expert Navigator, by Lyle Brotherton. Sorry if I'm not saying your name right, obviously not had reason to actually say your name that much while I've been reading it. But Lyle Brotherton. So what I'm going to say to you about this book, I've got a few navigation books of which I've been obviously studying since I've just told you about that personal project. I'm only going to review books honestly, and I'm never going to lie to you. So if I do come across shit books, I am going to review it, even though it's a lot harder to read a shit book. You know, it's a lot harder to review shit books, isn't it? To get through it. But this book is absolute class. It's such a good book. I bought another copy because I'm wearing it out. It's so good. It's just, if you've never done navigation, never learnt navigation, you want to learn navigation, you go walking in the Lake District or in the mountains, anywhere in the world. If you want to know how to stay safe, to really become extremely confident in your navigation skills, which are imperative if you do anything remotely wild, bushcraft, camping, survival training, this book is the absolute pinnacle that I've seen so far in the book, out of them books. I have a few other navigation books which are good, which are very good. But this, I love how this is put into, I guess 5 out of 5. It's put into chapters that are really succinct, straight to the point. It's got amazing facts on it about how long the sun takes to go around the 360 degrees in the sky. Excuse me, not 360 degrees, is it? But how many minutes it takes to go to each degree. The way the sun and navigation and stars work with the elevation of the earth. How to fold a map, how to use your thumb on the map at all times to gauge where you are at all times on the map, which is called thumbing. It's put into chapters about forests, mountains, dark navigation, jungle navigation. It is, I think, the best book on the market. I just think it's absolutely one of the best books out there. And even though I think this is his only book he's put together, it's by someone with years and years of experience in search and rescue, mountain rescue as we call it in England, in Britain, but search and rescue in North America. This is the go-to book. So I would say if you are a serious person that does a lot of walking but doesn't know much about navigation, and you've never really thought about it as a subject that you need to know, if you don't have a map and you don't have a compass and you're going out into the woods, or you're going out on trails as they call it in America, but on public rights of way up the mountains in the Lake District, and you're just dependent on good weather and a decent path, then you're going to get unstuck. If you're doing it a lot, I was watching a YouTuber discuss a tragic story of two walkers. I was watching it with my girlfriend. Two walkers who went out into the mountains in America. Beautiful day, perfect conditions. They were pretty sensible women, and then all of a sudden a massive snowstorm came, took over the track. They didn't give clear descriptions of where they were going, relevant to the situation that they were in, and eventually they were found dead after 100 people searched for them for 10 days. They found them dead under a rock, where they literally tried to make a small fern shelter and put the survival blankets on, and the clothes were saturated. They had no matches, no survival kit, and most importantly, when they investigated the reasons for this tragedy happening, the main reason was simply they took a wrong turn and they got lost, and they misunderstood one mountain for another mountain, and they went down the wrong way and they got lost and died. And there were two women who just were doing a casual walk, essentially, in what they thought was going to be a clearly marked path. So I would say if you are a walker, a rambler, a hiker, that you should always have good walking knowledge, which survival knowledge, navigation knowledge. You should always have knowledge, and I would highly recommend this to every single person. Even if you are someone who's veteran, I would recommend it to this book to a highly trained guy, and he's buff. He's just like, oh, I don't need to know that. But I mean, that's his mindset and mentality, and he's world class with what this guy was world class. But I would say you must have an openness to learn, and there's always something to learn in a book, even if you are extremely experienced. So I would recommend this to you if you're very experienced on mountains. This guy also does courses, and I'm guessing he teaches at the British Mountain Rescue some navigation skills as well. So yeah, that's it. Highly recommend it. If you're a nature lover, if you're as passionate as me about going out, camping, woods, and learning about skills, this book is something that you'll want to dip in, and you don't need to read it cover to cover like I did. You can literally just open it up, spend 5 or 10 minutes, and I promise you, those who are watching this video, I promise you that you just open the book, you read it for 5 or 10 minutes, or even a couple of minutes. If you're one of those people who have really low attention span, just read it a couple of minutes and you'll be like, wow, that's good to know. That's going to come in handy at some point. So that's the end of this video. I've just done my 6 miles on my treadmill. I'm trying to get myself back onto fitness. Do you like walking? Do you know navigation? Does this video relate to you? Do you go out often in the mountains and you just hope that the track's going to stay nice and visible for you? Do you not ever think that the snow is going to come in on you? Do you not wear correct footwear? Do you not wear proper clothing? Do you never plan it? Do you check the weather? Do you, more importantly, tell somebody where you're going to go and where you're going, when you start, when you finish, and when you should be back home? These are things that you should do like clockwork. If you're going out, I'm going to be there at this time, I should be back this time. If I'm not back by this time, or you don't hear from me, or by a phone call, pre-arranged phone call, then you need to be ringing the search and rescue police and authorities to help me. Those are the kind of things that should be second nature for any of us that love the camping, love woods. Even if it's just something like a local walk, you should be saying, I'm going on a local walk. And if you're attacked, even, like, forget about just getting lost, but if you're attacked or if something happens, you might fall down a ditch and break your ankle, and you're just a mile out off where you've parked your car, you know that if you're not back in the next couple of hours, someone will be like, where are you? You have no reception on your phone, so what are you going to do? We have areas where I live which the reception's fantastic everywhere, but there's just a few places in certain valleys where there is no reception, no internet, no way to phone out, and you wouldn't even know it unless you ended up walking there. You might walk there as a one-off walk down a country path, public right way, you slip, land on your arse, break your hip. It happens, everybody. Break your hip. Oh, it's alright, I've got my mobile phone. No text service, no WhatsApp service, no internet, and no phone service. What are you going to do? You've got no chance unless you have told somebody that. Obviously, we live in the UK, so people may pass you, and that's in our where I live. But there is a good chance that nobody will as well. So this kind of knowledge fits into what I've just said. It's basically knowing where you're going to go, planning it, knowing how to understand the navigational techniques. And one of the things I like about this book is you don't need to dedicate yourself to reading it, but it's so well put together. It's so well put together that you'll find yourself wanting to read it. You'll want to read it. It's a brilliant book, and if I'm not mistaken, the preface, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, the preface was written by, hang on. Oh, there we go. Forward by Rolf Barnes. If you don't know who he is, you need to look him up, because he's possibly one of the greatest legends of the British, let's say British Empire. You know, it's like comes from that kind of ilk. You know, the expedition mindset. Well, he's put a forward on that and reviewed the book. So that's it for today's video. What do you think about what I've just said? Do you know navigation? Do you understand the importance of navigation if you are a country lover and you were out in going walking? Do you know how easy it is to take the wrong step and find yourself 2 minutes later lost and you don't know how to get back? Well, you should do. You should always back trail. But anyway, the ultimate navigation manual, all techniques you need to become an expert navigator. 5 out of 5. Do you like the idea of my YouTube channel? I don't really want to invest hours of studying how to market and play with YouTube, but I'm trying to learn a little bit. Hence why I'm doing these videos, and I'm seeing if I can get better and better at them. I'm sure you've noticed this might be better than my first video, and some of the videos may be a little bit more raw, a little bit more honest, because that's the way I like to communicate. So give us a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you love books. Books for me are a way of learning separate to like a social engineer system where you connect to YouTube. You're still being socially engineered by the algorithms. Your brain is not entirely engaged with videos when you are basically switched off. When you watch TV, half your brain supposedly switches off. When you read a book or listen, even listening, but when you read a book, you're far more engaged with your brain switched on, so you learn, and that's why I think books are amazing. Do you love books? Give us a comment and like below. So that's it. 15 minutes. Is this going to be a well-reviewed video or not? I don't know. I don't care. Do you like me? I don't care. I'm not asked. Anyway, that's the end of the video. See you later, everybody.